Once upon a time, in ancient India, there was a small kingdom named Kapilavastu. The king of Kapilavastu, King Suddhodana, and his queen, Mahamaya, were eagerly awaiting the birth of their first child. The kingdom was filled with joy and anticipation as the people were excited about the arrival of their future prince. One night, as the full moon illuminated the sky, Queen Mahamaya had a vivid dream. In her dream, a white elephant with 6 tusks descended from the heavens and gently entered her womb. This dream was interpreted as a divine sign, indicating that the child she carried was destined for greatness. Months later, on a beautiful spring morning, Queen Mahamaya gave birth to a baby boy in the tranquil surroundings of Lumbini Garden. As the child was born, a sense of serenity and peace filled the air. It is said that he took 7 steps immediately after birth, and with each step, a lotus flower bloomed beneath his feet. The wise men and astrologers predicted that this child would grow up to become a great spiritual leader. The newborn prince was named Siddhartha, which means one who has attained his goals. King Suddhodana, filled with happiness and gratitude, invited the wise sage Asita to bless the child. Upon seeing the infant Siddhartha, Asita predicted that he would either become a great king or renounce the world to seek enlightenment. King, hoping for his son to take over the kingdom, did everything in his power to ensure Siddhartha's happiness and shield him from the harsh realities of life. The young prince was surrounded by luxury, kept away from suffering, and provided with the finest education, including arts, sciences, and martial skills. As Siddhartha grew older, he began to realize that the palace life, though comfortable, did not provide him with true happiness. He felt a deep yearning to explore the world beyond the palace walls and understand the nature of human suffering. One night, at the age of 29, Siddhartha made a daring decision that would change the course of his life forever. In the stillness of the night, Siddhartha silently left the palace, leaving behind his beloved wife, son, and a life of luxury. He embarked on a spiritual quest, seeking answers to the fundamental questions of existence. Renouncing his princely status, Siddhartha shaved his head, donned the robes of a wandering monk, and became known as Gautama, the seeker of truth. Gautama traveled across the land, studying under renowned spiritual teachers, mastering various meditation techniques, and exploring the depths of his own consciousness. Despite his efforts, he couldn't find the ultimate liberation he sought. Determined to discover the path to enlightenment, Gautama resolved to meditate under a Bodhi tree until he attained the highest realization. For 6 long years, Gautama practiced deep meditation, battling his inner demons and overcoming temptations. Finally, on a moonlit night, as he meditated beneath the Bodhi tree, he entered a profound state of enlightenment. Gautama became the Buddha, the awakened one, having discovered the 4 noble truths: the truth of suffering, the cause of suffering, the cessation of suffering, and the path to the cessation of suffering. Filled with compassion and a burning desire to share his newfound wisdom, Buddha spent the next several decades tirelessly traveling and teaching. His teachings, known as the Dharma, emphasized the importance of non-attachment, mindfulness, and the cultivation of loving kindness. Buddha's teachings touched the hearts of people from all walks of life. Kings, queens, merchants, and ordinary individuals found solace and guidance. As Buddha grew older, he continued to travel and spread his teachings, gathering a large following of disciples. He established a monastic community known as the Sangha, where monks and nuns devoted themselves to the practice of his teachings. The Buddha's wisdom and compassion touched the lives of countless individuals, offering them a path towards inner peace and liberation. At the age of 80, while staying in the town of Kushinagar, Buddha felt that his time on earth was drawing to a close. He called his loyal disciple Ananda and informed him of his impending death. Despite the sorrow that filled their hearts, the Buddha's disciples gathered around him, seeking his final teachings and guidance. On the full moon night of Vesak, amidst a serene and peaceful atmosphere, the Buddha reclined on his right side, his head facing towards the north. This posture, known as the lion's pose, was traditionally associated with great spiritual masters. Surrounded by his devoted disciples, the Buddha entered a deep state of meditation, known as the attainment of final nirvana. As word of the Buddha's approaching death spread, people from far and wide flocked to Kushinagar to pay their respects and receive his final blessings. Kings, queens, and ordinary individuals gathered, their hearts filled with gratitude and reverence for the enlightened being who had transformed their lives. With his last breath, the Buddha imparted his final words of wisdom to his disciples. He reminded them of the impermanence of all things and the importance of diligently practicing the Dharma. He urged them to be their own refuge, to rely on their own understanding, and to strive towards their own liberation. As the news of the Buddha's passing spread, a deep sense of grief and loss washed over his disciples and followers. The world seemed to mourn the departure of this great spiritual luminary who had brought so much wisdom and compassion to humanity. However, even in death, the Buddha's teachings continued to illuminate the path for future generations. His disciples faithfully preserved his teachings, passing them down through the ages. The legacy of the Buddha's enlightenment lives on, inspiring countless individuals to seek inner peace, compassion, and liberation. In conclusion, the life of Gautama Buddha was a remarkable journey of spiritual awakening, selfless service, and profound wisdom. From his birth as a prince to his renunciation of worldly pleasures, from his years of seeking truth to his attainment of enlightenment, Buddha's life exemplified the potential for human beings to transcend suffering and find lasting peace. Though his physical form may have passed away, his teachings continue to guide and uplift humanity, offering solace, inspiration, and the possibility of awakening to all those who seek it. We hope you liked the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate your support.